Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are in the process of taking over, i.e., establishing as a protectorate, Hawaii, which will be interesting. Oh my goodness. We'll preempt the United States in this. So, the journey of the journal, the journey of philosophical studies, the Journal of Philosophical Studies. Members of the philosophy department from the University of Normandy have signed a formal petition for government funding of their next project, a scientific journal. With the foundation of our philosophical studies, we welcome in a new era in the scrutiny of the mind, an era of rigorous research and serious experimentation, an era of scientific collaboration among our foreign colleagues, a safe haven in which all investigations pertaining to this topic can be shared. We have no resources for this, salty academics. Or fund this journal, it costs us $14,000, but it gives us a bunch of prestige. Ooh, I like prestige. Let's do it. It's worth it. It's worth it, I would say. We've got plenty of money. So how's the old market? Grain's doing well. We're still importing a bunch. Well, we're exporting just about as much, so that's fun. How much in tariffs are we making off of just grain? Not that much. You know, tariffs never bring in much cash. They're mostly from market regulation. No, the rubber rush event. Glass is still a little tight. Where are we with porcelain now? Because glass and porcelain go together. Okay, we're just fine with porcelain. That's just fine. Tea is super cheap in the market. Someone's got to want our tea. Russia. And Nicaragua. Cool, that's fun. Got a little oil. I'm not going to export it. We barely have any. Still got a ton of sugar. Hold on. Aren't we using... Aren't we? We are. Well, alright then. So here's steel railway cars. This is going to let us upgrade our trains. We are not currently researching anything, which is new and exciting for me. This is the end of 19th century. I could start in with pump jacks. That would improve my irrigation, which would be nice. I think I'm going to do that, but let's see what else there is. We got electrical generation over here. Where is... This is the better motor industries one. Vacuum canning would let us get more groceries in exchange for more, I think, oil and iron. We're here in society. We're working on... We got pan-nationalism spreading. Identification documents would be nice to have. Corporatism would be nice to have. I'm quite far away from malaria prevention. Let's see how things are looking in military. In military, we are... Could get better training through military statistics. Oh, we got gantry cranes. Wonderful. Could get self-propelled torpedoes. That'd be interesting. Get some new production methods for our barracks here. Defense in depths is what unlocks siege artillery. Trench works is what unlocks trench infantry. Both of those are going to take a minute. You know, I think reinforced concrete, pump jacks, shift work, vacuum canning, electricity. I think that's where we're going to go. So, that should change up our options for railways. We can get steel passenger carriages, which is just fine. Yes, I know they won't be productive. And then we get steam trains, which cost a bunch more coal, but less engines than steel, interestingly enough, so we'll do that as well. They're going to be productive. They just think they're not going to be. So in a bit, that'll help out with our infrastructure. Now let's work on... Ooh, actually, let's finish the war, and then we'll upgrade our boats. You gonna chill, Hawaii? You gonna let me take over your country? You're gonna let me take over your country? Alright. Alright. Oh, my finances are good because I'm not building anything. That's why I was looking at the market. Alright, 2 arms. So, first of all, let's just go ahead and get a naval invasion planned using the 1 army we've got mobilized. It's going to take 7 weeks, so I'm not in a hurry about that. The market, the market, the market. It's a market for sure. Never has it been said that our market was not a market. Groceries are our most expensive thing. But liquor is super duper cheap, right? That's why we're a little bit... Nope, liquor's doing okay. Although we're hardly exporting any of it, actually. That's wild. Okay, well, we can definitely use some more food industries. So let's go ahead and get those built. We'll round up to 5 in our various areas. How is our... Okay, no areas we're short on taxation capacity. That's very good. We've got a ton of extra... Hey, the political movement to enact presidential republic disbanded. Wonderful. Government is righteous as heck. We got a ton of extra bureaucratic capacity, so let's go ahead and increase... Actually, reduction in state penalties from turmoil would be nice. A little bit of extra welfare would go a long way. I'm hardly paying anything in welfare at this point. So I think it's fine if we double welfare. Let me see, 397 we can increase 2 levels. It's actually not that much. But I can go ahead and build a little bit more government admin. And that will allow us to do some more increases. We haven't built hardly anything in Orléans and Berry, so let's go ahead and build there, and then we'll build some in Champagne. It's not just sparkling government, administration, it's actual champagne socialism. Alright, here we go. Everyone knows socialism is when the government does stuff. That's why kings are the most socialist of all. Someone who understands things in the audience is screaming right now. And that's exactly the way I would like it. Existing export to Hawaii is not working because I'm currently exporting soldiers to Hawaii. Very effectively, I might add. So Hawaii is going to be conquered. Great Britain's taking over Gwylor. Where are you? Oh, interesting. Oh, they were trying to revolt or something. Well, that's fine. You get them. You know, I would love to connect my, my territory over here. Would be pretty funny if I just stole bits of... Tripoli? You're Lebanon. You're not Tripoli. What's going on here? So something is strange. Something weird this way comes. Alright, looks like we've occupied Hawaii. So the war should be over pretty soon. Let's go ahead and take Escadrille du Nord back to France. Ah, excellent. Japan would like a trade agreement? I accept. Don't want to be in our customs union. They're in their own market, which is fine. How is their market doing? Just sides with the Netherlands against a liberal revolt in Tidor. Okay, that's not. That doesn't concern me. That doesn't concern me one bit. A truce with Sardinia Piedmont for now. Yeah, so now is a good time to upgrade our fleets. I'm gonna grab Escadre de la Méditerranée. Where are you currently located? You're currently in the Mediterranean. Alright, why don't you go ahead and dock. And Escadre du Nord, you as well. And then we'll slate some of these things for upgrades. Pressure sides with Nassau against a proletarian revolt. So, we have access to monitors. We have access to ironclads. So let's go ahead and... Well, first we'll upgrade these ones. Upgrade all capital and light ships. And pretty soon, that will start requiring some better ships. So, let's go ahead and grab our shipyards. The ones in Normandy over to steamships. Oh, not these ones. Not yet, anyway. These ones, the military shipyards, the ones in Normandy, over to steel hulls. Ones in Poitou-Saintonge. Oh, interesting. Steamships still provides man-of-wars initially. We'll do steel hulls over here as well. Because I think both of these take steel hulls. Right? Production method. Yeah, both of these take ironclads. And Escadre du Nord is still off the coast of Brazil. So, they're not here yet. Which is fine. We'll convert other ones over later. In the meantime, let's get all our ports on industrial port, and that will create a market for steamers, which we will fill with our shipyards, but only some of them. Interesting. Things are quite interesting with that. We're still on the way here. We're at 12 and 9, so that should be good. This fleet could actually do with some more ironclads. Now that I'm looking at it, we got 40 light ships and 19 capital ships, so I could have about 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Go for an additional 3. That'll be nice. Getting on up there. And Escadre du Nord, you're docked. Alright, so we will do the same with you. You switched over. Now I'm still using some of my shipyards to produce... old school ships because there are still plenty of countries in my market that will buy them. Although, reinforced wooden hulls I can use to produce a lot more. That'll make them more productive. There's the monitors event. Well, not the ones in Brittany. So how is the market for steamers? Oh, it's engines that's crazy high. Steamers are actually pretty affordable, as are ironclads. The price of the ironclads will go up significantly as we build up our naval bases. In fact, there's the ironclads event. In fact, Escadre du Nord needs more as well. I need 6 more light ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I need 13 more capital ships. So we'll do 10 here in Picardy. 3 in Brittany. And we'll get those built up nice. Alright, so we're waiting for that to stabilize. Let's take a look at these events. This one is because we did a bunch of monitors. This one's because we did a bunch of ironclads. The shallow draft solution. Designed for coastal defense operations, what monitors lack in ocean-going capabilities, they make up for in cost effectiveness. Admiral Cyprien Kellerman has informed the Admiralty in Paris that his fleet will keep any foes away from French waters. Sir, while it might look like a cheese box on a raft, I assure you that the 15-inch guns she carries in that box of hers are no laughing matter. Secure shores means secure commerce. This is extra trade center throughput. Let us orient our naval doctrine around them. Extra navy defense. Or we don't win by having the best ships, we win by having the most. Extra shipyard throughput. But reduced navy offense and defense. I'm going to do the middle one for extra defense. And then a doctrine of iron and steam. The introduction of vessels with metal-skinned hulls represents nothing less than a revolution in naval warfare, near impervious to traditional types of shot. Admiral Bernard Jaraguiberi assures us that the French dominion of the seas will be absolute. While wooden ships with iron men might beat iron ships with wooden men, it sure doesn't hurt to have to have the armor on our side. This will make our line of battle invincible, 10% defense. Metal bows, metal rams, what could go wrong? Minus 10% defense, plus 20% offense. Or the King of France rules the waves, 10% prestige from from Navy power projection. I'm going to go with the last one, actually. I like having power projection. That's going to increase our prestige, and we're getting quite a bit of prestige. Devout scandal. It has been revealed that Théodore Vignert of the Catholic Church has been having a secret affair with a member of the clergy. His resignation is being demanded. So he's our jingoist heading up the Catholic Church. The very fact that this sneaky bastard thought he could get away with such a gross misuse of his power shows everything wrong with the Catholic Church, with the leadership of the Catholic Church. Force him to step down, he resigns in shame, or ignore it. He gets a scandal, reduces popularity by 25 for 5 years. Do I want to roll the dice here, or do I like having a jingoist? I think I like having a jingoist, so I'm going to ignore it. No reason to faff about with that when no reason to upend the ship when the ship is sailing just fine. So, still upgrading the frigates over here, but we're nearly done, and Escadre de la Méditerranée is essentially good to go. We're still building up. I think I overshot it by 1. Right. We only want 30 capital ships right now. And then Escadre du Nord is pretty much the same way. So, let's check the market now. Steamers are still extremely affordable. You can definitely export some. Austria needs steamers, as does Prussia. So maybe I'll go ahead and switch one of my standard shipyards back. No, I think producing a lot of steamers is still good. Ironclad producers are profitable at this point. And traditional manufacturers are not. So, let's swap a few more over to ironclads. That was a mistake. Swap this one back to wooden hulls. I don't think wooden hulls, producing wooden hulled ships is a tragedy right now. We do have a new urban center method that uses extra glass and steel, and I'm extremely tempted to do it. Produces much less transportation. What the? But uses fewer, but produces more services. Let's do it. What if we use public trams? That would increase the cost of engines. I need to build more motor industries. I'm super duper low on motor industries. As always, the AI has distributed them across the country like a weeaboo. So, we're going to build up a bunch of motor industries in Burgundy. I'm going to put in nine levels there. So that's going to take kind of forever. Parakian peasant revolt. Well, that's just unfortunate. Mobilize the Third Corps. I'm now realizing I've got a lot of extra government capacity, but there's a thing I can do with that, and that is I can build myself a nice fancy canal. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to build 5 more levels of government admin. We'll put them in... Languedoc so far has... Oh no, they've got a bunch of admin, but that's alright. No reason not to have that. I don't need to put it in front. Actually, I should, because the survey takes forever. And those build fast. Oop. Those build fast is what I said before I smashed my mic with my arm. Offers support. Russia wants to support us against the Parakian peasant revolt in exchange for us giving them Brunei. No thank you, Russia. I don't desire Brunei. Or rather, I desire to keep Brunei. I don't wish to part with Brunei. Nice. Good chunk of prestige there from upgrading those navies. Might even go ahead and upgrade them again. We'll see. There's the rotary valve engine. Exchange for upgrade. I don't need help with Perak, Russia. Glass is expensive in the French market. That's nothing new. So to solve that problem, we'll go ahead and increase the number of glassworks. And we'll build up some more in Languedoc. Languedoc has a ton of labor available, so no reason not to build it right up. Alright, let's increase the game speed here. We got an election going on. As always, the party of order is very, has a lot of momentum on its side. So now, I thought in a previous run that these momentums would all add up to 100%, but they don't, which is interesting. Everyone's pleased with wealth voting, right? I guess I could go with something a little bit more ridiculous. Oh, man. If I did this... I could maybe do this without... I could maybe go to autocracy without causing a revolution. Everyone does like autocracy. And by everyone, I mean my entire power base sure does like autocracy. Tuat? Tuat, why would you do this? Now I'm going to have to send the Army d'Afrique to goof up your giblets. Why would you make me goof up your giblets, Tuat? I thought you liked having ungoofed giblets. But no. It turns out you did not. It turns out you needed to have your giblets goofed, and I am the man to goof them. Alright. Meanwhile... There we go. There's the peasant revolt in Perak. Oh yeah, we have a thing. For whom the bell tolls. The aged Mathieu de la Drôme, leader of the rural folk, has unexpectedly expired mid-campaign, robbing the Republican Union of a cornerstone politician. The question of his replacement is now on everyone's lips. Unexpected? Bah! The old bag of bones was long overdue to meet his maker. It's about time that party saw some new blood. Go with the popular but inept candidate, 10% momentum, new character. Or the determined but haughty youngster secures the chair. I can afford to give away a little bit of momentum to them for now. Let's go with someone inept. Who is leading them now? A pacifist. Okay, cool. Interesting. So, he's popular, but inept. Neat. Well connected 35 popularity. That's going to go away after 5 years. Oh, look at this beard. Look at this beard. That's a true man of the rural folk right there. As a result of these rebellions, we're suffering from a little bit of low infamy. That low infamy is kind of burning a hole in my global aggression pocket, as 'twere. But I'm not worried. We did get a little bit of momentum, but it's really not going to affect things. The trade unions would be salty. Throughput. On the other hand, they would like an oligarchy. Even the industrialists would be pleased with an oligarchy. What's the advantage? If I went to autocracy, how would that affect my legitimacy? -2, alright. Whereas if I went with oligarchy, -11. Interesting. Oligarchy would increase the strength of capitalists and aristocrats. Autocracy would increase the strength of aristocrats and officers, but not capitalists. Extra legitimacy from clout. Whereas oligarchy, extra legitimacy. Well, so here's the thing, though. If I went to an autocracy or an oligarchy, I could take some of these guys out. Particularly the petite bourgeoisie, I think, are just kind of messing with my my legitimacy kind of for no reason. And I could push them out of there. And that would mean that my government penalty would not be nearly as high. On the other hand, I'm pretty righteous right now. Maybe best not to rock the boat. We've been enjoying monarchocentrism for a bit nowadays. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're winning the war in Perak. Tuat hasn't kicked off yet. On the other hand, we're the Legitimists. This might be a huge mistake. Let's try. Sides of Mexico. Oh, interesting. Great Britain sides of the USA. Oh. This is going buck wild over in America. What's happening over there? America's trying to steal more of Mexico. They're going for Colorado next. Austria is supporting them. I could do it to support my friends. Take a nice opportunity to shoot at the British. Be something. That's something I'd do. But I want to do some foreign conquests, and I can't do that because my infamy's low. So let's go ahead and wait on it. Got a lot of loyalists. A lot of loyalists. This might be a huge mistake. There's the election. We're still in... Oh, we're just legitimate. Sadness. Infinite sadness. We're the Bourbons, though. Our thing is absolute monarchy. Let's do it. Let's make ourselves an absolute monarchy. We'll see what happens. The industrialists are big mad. They've deactivated their positive abilities. They're trying to preserve wealth voting. Support is high, but radicalism is low. Excellent. How much radicalism is this movement producing? Oh, quite a bit. You know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it in hopes of being rewarded with the biscuit. In the meantime, let's go ahead and survey ourselves a canal. So that's going to cost 1,000 bureaucracy for a bit. And our one of my favorite songs, Glory to the Queen, is currently playing, underscoring my push towards autocracy. So we got a 40% success chance, 30% stall chance, almost 30% advance chance. So my chances are pretty good over here overall. As long as this movement doesn't go too buck wild or create a bunch more radicals, I think I'm going to basically be golden. And then we'll have the absolute monarchy that France deserves. Ooh, field hospitals. Excellent. So once this war gets done, which it should do soon, the duel. We'll go ahead and switch over to the field hospitals method. Augustin de la Chaudron de Courcelles has challenged Constant Lanlong to a duel to the death. You're a reformer naval commander. You're an industrialist general and a Democrat. Let them fight. We should stop it. They both get unpopular. We should ban dueling. Makes the landowners mad, but the industrialists happy. Let them fight! Now, the admiral passed. Well, it is what it is. Escadre du Nord, you need a new commander. Let me see. Sebastien Lespe. You're an armed forces moderate. You seem good. You're in. You're in with a big promotion. Nearly there. Alright, that's very good. So, now, this army needs another general. Let's get a landowners guy. He's honorable and he's an explorer. Fine as a brigadier general. Mobilization. Oh, wait. No, I can do this from here. Mobilization options. We'll turn off first aid and activate field hospitals. We also have some options for supplements. Let me check how our market is looking for tobacco and liquor. Let's see, here's liquor. Liquor is very, very cheap in our market right now. So I could distribute liquor to the troops. And tobacco is where? Here. Actually not as cheap. But we can definitely go ahead and activate the liquor input. It's going to marginally increase our mobilization costs, but that's really not that big of a deal in my humble opinion. Organization is already going back up. So let's grab some more territory. We have some small countries in Africa that we could bite chunks off of. Let's grab Togo. How much for Togo? 13.6. What if we made Ashanti a protectorate? 9.2. Excellent. Ashanti, how would you like to be a protectorate? I know I made it seem like it was a question. It wasn't really a question. Getting a lot of glassworks done here. I think, going to build a few more government admins. I know this is costing me a ton of cash. Ooh, and we're short on infrastructure in Languedoc, I think. Burgundy. Throw those up on the top. And Austria is buying our ironclads. Wonderful. Able to get over there? Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close, friends. There's pan-nationalism. Excellent. Get us a little bit more authority. Respect my authority, as notable ruler of France, Eric Cartman, once said. There's a movement to enact elected bureaucrats, which is very interesting. Wow. King evades assassination. Our beloved King Henri de Bourbon has narrowly survived an assassination attempt. The would-be assassin has ties to the industrialists, who oppose the new powers that the autocracy law would bestow upon the king. Troubling news of a failed attempt on the life of the king has emerged from the capital. Carried out in the dead of night, the king was able to defeat the assailant with the aid of his young protégé. Speaking from a hospital bed, the king told the tribune that despite wounds that would surely leave lifelong scars, his resolve and dedication are stronger than ever. For a safe and secure society, one phase worth of progress, and Henri de Bourbon gets plus 50 popularity, or This Is How Liberty Dies, 10% enactment chance, industrialists minus 20% strength. I'm going to go with the first one, because one phase is great, and Henri de Bourbon getting more popular means more authority, which is nice. Yeah, he's up to positive 25 instead of being at negative 25, which is a pretty significant difference overall. That means I can do a new consumption tax. So what do we want to tax? We want to tax tobacco. Get us a little shot in the arm cash-wise. That's actually more than luxury furniture, which is pretty rad. I could probably... I've got a decree running here. Emergency relief decree in Ile-de-France that I can safely get rid of at this point. Ile-de-France has pretty solid standard of living. Like, it's not ideal, but I don't have turmoil here, so I'm feeling pretty good about that overall. And welfare payments are basically the same. It wasn't really doing all that much. So that's great. That's very good. That gives us a little bit more authority to play with. I could repeal luxury furniture, which would be worth 10. So if I don't repeal luxury furniture, I'm putting it on porcelain. But if I do repeal luxury furniture, I could put it on transport, which should get me 30, which is nice. It's actually really, really good. Yeah, let's do it. Throw that in there. This actually synergizes pretty well. How is the market for engines? Engines are still expensive, but not as expensive as they could be. See, the reason this is useful is because I can... 2 arms. I can throw my urban centers over to public trams and produce myself a ton of transportation, and that would make transportation just generally a lot more affordable for my people, which in turn would increase the amount of income I get from the consumption tax. Wheels within wheels within wheels. I'm going to enable rotary valve engines for my military industries. That's going to make those more productive, and more importantly, they won't need to hire as many employees. Water tube boiler is not efficient for almost any of these businesses. Predicted average weekly balance is low, but average productivity is higher. That's weird. I'm not sure what to make of that. Let's take a look at Ashanti and make sure we're winning on this front over here. Yes, excellent. Those over here, very good. Wonderful. All right, so we're experiencing success in the war place. That's very nice. Low market access in Burgundy, I'm working on that. Opium is expensive in the French market. Why is opium expensive? Am I producing opium? Someone's producing opium. Is it me? At least a little bit. Well, Eastern Mali has the ability to produce opium. Well. And French Western Mali. So yeah, we'll put some opium in there. That's another thing I can give my armies to make them more productive. Man, wait until I unlock amphetamines. Amphetamines are a huge part of the way Blitzkrieg warfare worked. Turns out, when you're trying to go really far, really fast, it helps if you don't need to sleep for like a week. Of course, it's terrible for your body, but you know, it do be like that. So, they're pretty close. We're going to need to wait for another few weeks to get them down in war support before we can actually properly take them over. We do still have our truce with Spain, but we're pretty Close here. Hey, law progress to voting. Wonderful. This is how democracy dies. With roaring applause. In the words of important American philosopher Padme Amidala. And there's a protectorate. Yeah, I think we're going after Morocco next. They have a defensive pact with the Ottoman Empire still, but I'm extremely confident in my ability to beat the Ottoman Empire in a fight. I seem to have goofed up the map a little bit. I didn't realize this was a thing. Now I'm not sure what perspective I was usually operating from. I think this one's the default. So, how many more weeks do we have here? We have just more than 2. Oh my goodness, this has been a 40-minute episode. I didn't even realize. Well, we'll go to the end of the year just to make sure it's clean. Still in a truce. Underestimated the game speed. Rubber discovered in Ghana. That's delightful. Morocco. Conquer state. 11.4 infamy. That's fine. I'm at 5.8. Confirm. Morocco refuses. I'll mobilize the Army of Africa. And just in case they call the Ottoman Empire, I'm going to station the 3rd Corps and the 2nd Corps in Egypt. You could sway Spain again, but they're going to ask me for something I don't want to give up. If the Ottoman Empire joins, then they'll have to, we'll have to be a bit more conscientious. There's the Ottoman Empire. Sadly, and there's 2 Sicilies. Well, I'm not really concerning myself with the 2 Sicilies right now. Ankara Albania front, once again, not really concerned about that. We'll put both of our armies on the Ottoman border. And we will raise our conscripts. Including the ones in the Army of Africa. I think the 1st Corps, I don't need to raise the conscripts because they're just going to be used for area defense. My 2 navies will go to nodes in the Mediterranean. We'll swap some of these fellas over to convoy raiding. So, now I should be able to pull... Oh, interesting. Austria does not want to be in this. Oh, relations with Austria are not nearly as good. I thought we had a very positive relationship with Austria, but apparently not. Curious. Still, no one seems to have come to Morocco's defense in a way of actually putting troops in the area, so I think I'm pretty confident overall. Force comparison here is extremely good. The Catholic Church petitioned the government. Representing its constituents in the Catholic Church, Théodore Vignard has issued a formal petition to the French government to pass legal guardianship. One last matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Well, is that it? I'm gonna have the drunk king here.
Oh, is that it? Oh, goodness. This seems to be a suit of ghost. I'm sure I can spare the last hours of the light for them, can I?
I believe so, sir. They weren't taking no for an answer. So, we'll see what we can do. This adds to the petition for legal guardianship, or they must understand the present situation does not allow for this. Unresponsive government, -5 legitimacy, and Catholic Church rejected petition. I'm going to say yes. We're going to do it. Faith knows no borders. The Catholic Church wishes to strengthen our ties to Baden through our shared faith. He stopped for a moment, wiping his brow, when he noticed the Baden farmhand on the adjacent field seemed to be knelt down in the furrow. Confused, he peered over, finally noticing that the man was deep in prayer. He should have recognized it, but it had never crossed his mind what they might have in common. A few hard years, and a faith that things would go better. Despite differences, we must cherish our shared values. Makes the Catholic Church stronger and improves relations with Baden, or French first, Catholic second, makes the intelligentsia happier. I don't care about the intelligentsia's opinion right now, so we'll do the first one, make the Catholic stronger. With that having been said, we've gone way, way over on our overall episode time, so I'm going to have to put a pin in it from here. Next episode, we'll fight the Ottoman Empire once again, but for now, I've had fun, I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.